us tonight. Stars in the ABC series Castle. This summer, he'll be starring in the films Much Ado About Nothing and Monsters University. One was written by Shakespeare. You have to figure it out. That opens on June 21st. Please welcome Nathan Fillion. Nice having you here, yes.
No, you sit.
I thought you were wondering, where do I sit? It's quite obvious.
Thank you for having me back.
Nice to have you here. You're a charming fellow. I like you. How have you been?
I've been here before now.
Yes.
So I can safely say I look forward to these talks.
This is nice. I like it when we talk, too. You've got a nice style, nice conversational style.
I like when you flatter me.
Ah, you're very handsome.
How have you been?
I've been great. I've been fine, just here cranking away at the show, having a good time. And
I'm on vacation.
You're on vacation?
I'm on vacation.
So tell me about vacation. What's vacation like for you?
I love it. I love being on vacation. I love little adventures here and there. I had one little hiccup this vacation. I got called in for jury duty.
Really?
Yes.
Here in Los Angeles, you got called for jury duty?
Yes. Okay. And I'm Canadian.
Yeah.
Recently, I became an American, so I kind of looked at this as a rite of passage. I got excited. I got a little excited about that. And there are two kinds of people. If you say, I got jury duty, you'll hear two things from two different kinds of people.
Yes.
The people who have never done jury duty will tell you, oh, just pretend you're crazy. You get out of it.
Yeah.
The people who have done jury duty want to go back. They want to do it again. Oh, you're going to love it. It's amazing. It's fascinating. It's incredible.
You know what? I would like to do jury duty. And the times that I've shown up for jury duty, they've said, oh, you'd be distracting because you look weird. And no, because people know who you are or whatever, and so I don't get to do it. But I would actually like to do it, you know.
The process was amazing. It's kind of lengthy. They call you in at 8 a.m., and it's around by 11, you're down in a courthouse, and we're talking to this judge who belonged on TV. He was handsome. He had good hair, a little salt in his pepper, the robes. He was telling us about the importance of jury duty, and a speech I'm sure he's told 1,000 times, but it was like the first time he's ever said it. I was riveted. And he was funny. He kept saying, all right, but you think he's saying all right? So we're all looking at each other going, And at one point, they call you back into the room, and they're going to decide whether or not they're going to use you. There's the judge, there's all these defense, and the plaintiff lawyers. I walk in, they're all charming, they're all nice. One of them says, hey, you're an actor. So I decided to have a little fun. I said, yes, actually, I'm a very good actor. Which brings me to the point, I don't know which juror I'm playing. I still didn't get my script. He didn't get it.
No, I didn't think he was going to like that, yeah.
There's no script.
Yeah.
I said, oh, okay, improv, good. Let me give you a little backstory on my character. I'm the guy, when you sequester the jury in the hotel, I tie the bed sheets together, I come out the window, and I pit the plaintiffs against the defense attorneys. Have you seen Runaway Jury? I'm like a poor man's John Cusack.
Yeah. How'd that go over?
I got excused.
You figured out a way to get out of it, is what you did, accidentally.
Get a TV show.
Yeah. That's it. They don't like it when people are well-known who are on a jury. They say it's distracting.
A few years ago, I was called in for jury duty, and somebody said the same thing. Oh, they won't pick you. You're on TV. I was the captain of the jury of a murder trial.
Murder trial.
Yeah. Oh. I was not a distraction, apparently. Yeah. I blended right in. Yeah.
Now, I want to talk about something. I understand we all, of course, speaking of Los Angeles, a big part of living here in L.A., driving around. Yeah. A frustration of yours is that cars are not futuristic enough. They're not modern enough. This is a complaint that I've heard you actually voice before.
This bugs me. It's the 2000s. It's the aughts.
Yeah.
It's the 13. We're the teens.
Yeah.
I just think computers. I got a movie theater in my hand. I've got like virtual reality. I could put on some goggles on a plane. I could do all sorts of stuff.
Right.
My car still looks like a car.
I'll tell you something, when we were kids, I don't know if it's true of young people today, but when I was a kid, my dad would get brochures in the mail for the car that they said, by 1991, you'll all be flying around.
Right out of your garage.
Like, I don't know why we had to make that noise, but it's like, but apparently that was what we were going to be promised. It never happened.
My expectations are far lower and still not being met. I mean, I'm not expecting a UFO that I can park in my house. I'm just saying, you know, if you were to slope this down and make it more aerodynamic and flat on the bottom, I would just be saving fuel, just that much.
No,
I would be.
Didn't you bought yourself, or you're in the process of getting a very strange and unusual futuristic car, isn't that right?
Yes.
Tell us about this car, because I think we have a photograph that we can show in a second.
I found these guys. Look at
there
that.
it is. Oh. What is this thing you're driving? That's not for.
Yeah,
that's
right?
real, right?
Oh yeah, it's real.
Why you sound like a pervert looking in a window?
Sexy. Look at that thing.
Yeah.
So that's, first of all, it's addressing a couple of problems. One is resources. They're not building an enormous car to just drive one person to work.
Right.
So it's just allocating less resources. It's electric, which I think is a no-brainer by now. It's skinny. It's a two-seater. You sit like a cockpit. One guy in the back, one guy in the front.
That's cool.
Look at that.
Yeah.
So you can see it's got two wheels out in front, one wheel in the back. Now it's answering another problem. In the future, there are going to be more cars on the road, but we're not going to have wider roads. The roads are already there. There's buildings in the way. So
make the cars narrower. Now, also, we have a picture here of how you feel about people who aren't driving an electric car. Let's take a look. There you are. It's a candid shot.
That was, I was having a great day. I was pulling up to everybody I saw, and I would say, hey, that's a nice car. What kind of mileage you get? And whatever they said, if they were driving a Prius, I'd say, you're ruining the planet for the rest of us.
Right.
Because,
that's nice. You must be popular on the freeway.
Yeah.
I wish you had seen me in my giant 9-wheeler. I drive a monster truck to work and back. It has flames painted on the side. It bounces up and down.
Wow.
I drive Truckosaurus to work.
Where do you park?
Just to be a dick. I don't even need it. I just park. It crushes the building when it gets here.
Wherever you want.
And then I say, rebuild it. I want to mention Much Ado About Nothing.
Yes.
This is a great play, of course, by William Shakespeare. Were you reluctant to take on? That feels like a challenge. And you're a terrific actor, but it must be intimidating to make a movie that was written by Shakespeare.
Rule number one: when Joss Whedon calls you and says, "Hey, would you like to?" you just say yes. Then I saw the material, and I got to tell you, it's not easy, Shakespeare. It's not.
I never would have thought it would be. It feels like when you watch an actor do Shakespeare, it feels like this would be difficult to master.
There's a trick. I mean, because they trick you. It's English. You figure, oh, I know English. No.
I like that face we just did to each other. I don't know why.
You know what this is going to be?
What?
An internet meme.
I want you to come back, and I want to do a whole segment where we just
do memes.
Did I mention we're idiots here at the show? Well, you know what? You're such a terrific actor. You do a terrific job. We have a clip here from Much Ado About Nothing. Should we take a look?
Let's do.
Much Ado About Nothing is in select theaters now, and Monsters University opens next Friday. Nathan, always a blast having you on the show.
Thank you so much.
He's a charming and he's a funny man. Nathan Fillion. We'll be right back. Brett Michaels is here. Stick around.